Peace and blessings, y'all, in this corner boxing 24. So, we had a hell of a weekend, man. We had some great fights this weekend. Young up-and-coming fighters. Keon Davis, Kelvin Davis, the brothers of the one and only Keyshawn Davis that represent Norfolk, Virginia, which is represented as well, and they showed love and respect to the great Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, who has losses on his record. May God be pleased with him. He has losses on his record that he should have never had. We know against Chavez in particular, and even against De La Hoya. He got, and even he gave Trinidad a hell of a fight. That could have went the other way. But we know definitely, man, he got jerked. One of the biggest robberies with Julio Cesar Chavez, who's very overrated as a fighter to me. But that's a whole nother subject, right? But we're talking about the fact that Keyshawn Davis really impressed me this weekend. He did some great work with Lemos. And what I was more impressed about with Keyshawn Davis is not only the fact that he hurt him, and this dude was a junior middleweight, came in at 155, but how he did it, the way he moved, his footwork, his defense. That's what I was more impressed by with Keyshawn Davis. He's very good at moving, at defending, and throwing his shots, where to place his shots, how to place his shots. Great fighter already with 12 fights under his belt. He's definitely ready for a championship. He's definitely ready for Tank Davis. Tank Davis is a good fighter, great fighter, but that's a fight for him that's very dangerous because Keyshawn can not only pop, but he can make Tank miss. So that's a very good fight, okay? But I want to also get to Boots, Jerron Boots Ennis, because there's a lot of criticism about the performance on Saturday. And I saw a few things, and I chimed in on Tarver's take, and I chimed in on Coach Breadman, who I respect both of them. Tarver being an ex-boxer, Coach Breadman being a coach. I don't know his boxing history, but I do know, man, that I respect his opinion when it comes to boxing. And of course, Tarver, I respect his opinion as well. I have my own eyes, my own knowledge, but it seems like what I said was similar to what they said, which shows me that I'm on the right path when it comes to talking about boxing. I didn't think that Boots was going to be able to really get up for the fight because he beat him already, and this was a rematch that was put on him. Karen should have never been a mandatory for a belt for Boots for this fight, because once he beat him, when he beat him almost over a year ago, he was ranked. Now his ranking went down after the loss, so he had to go down below 5. So how did he get back to number 1 to be able to fight Boots again? That's politics. That shouldn't have happened. I don't think Boots was able to get up for him at all because he beat him already again. And this time, even though Karen didn't move as much, he settled in, and he stayed in front of him and he fought. I think it got to a point where Boots just got careless, and he was just going back, settling for trying to get the knockout. In the first round, in the beginning part, when he was using his jab, and he was sticking him with the jab, and he was throwing the right, he was looking okay. But then in that first round, I started to see where Karen was starting to catch him with that left hook and that right hand. And sometimes, man, it's really just a matter of a person that you just can't overwhelm them. Forget about knocking everybody out, because we know in boxing you're not going to knock everybody out. So it's more of just a case of not knocking everybody out. It's a case sometimes of somebody just not being able to overwhelm somebody, right? And Cameron could be that fighter and that fight for Boots. He could be that person that he just can't really overwhelm. Now, don't get it twisted. Karen, he's from the Ukraine. He's a very strong fighter. He's strong. And you could tell in the clinches he's strong. I'm not saying stronger than Boots, but even if he was, who cares? But in the clinches, you could tell the way he was able to hold him. He's smart. He's crafty. He knows how to hold. He knows when to hold. He knows the places to hold. And he's strong. He stood there in the clinches with Boots, right? He knows how to throw shots. He knows how to punch. This man don't have he got over 20 fights under his belt, and half of his fights is in knockouts. So he can punch. He can pop. And again, very smart. and he got footwork. He can move. So they came with a better plan this time, and they said that they wasn't going to move around as much. And I think Boots not being able, number one, being motivated to fight him, being up for it. Number two, started getting a little frustrated maybe and settling back in to go for the knockout. And the fact that Karen is just a skilled fighter. You got to put all of those things on the table. But, I'm a go with what Tarver said and what Breadman said. And this is, and Boots is my favorite fighter. I'm just keeping it real. He's my favorite fighter. So I'm not going on here to try to lambast him and make him feel bad, because they're going to go back and look at the tape and they're going to see what they need to correct. But I would just say, as they both said, Coach Breadman and Tarver, that we don't want to see, we like Boots. We respect his game. And again, he's one of my favorite fighters. I don't want to see him getting hit like that, because he doesn't need to. He's too skilled of a fighter to be getting hit over and over with a left hand. Okay, or any punch like that over and over as Karen did. Karen hit him more in this fight than I've seen him get hit in his career, honestly. Okay, because he got good defense. So that's what I don't want to see. And the fact that he got hit while he was punching is dangerous as well, because then you're off balance and you can get hurt. So, you don't need to take punches like that. And it's going to get to a point where, you get to 154, 160, where guys just hitting harder. You don't need to take punches like that, because it's not going to be the same result. And that's with anybody, not just with Boots, okay? So, yeah, he got a chin. He could take a shot, but he don't need to take unnecessary shots. That's the point. Defense is the key. And he has the defense. He has the skills. He has the ring IQ. So, again, they're going to go back and look at it, and they're going to know, okay, this is when I should have moved. This is when I should have blocked. This is when I should have dipped. They already, listen, Bozy is a great trainer. I think he's the best trainer out right now, okay? And for you, Sergio Mora, and the commentators that was on that zone, Chris Mannix, you don't know nothing about boxing, right? But y'all just got an opportunity. Sergio Mora, you was a boxer, but you wasn't a good boxer. You was okay. You was average. You act like you know everything. You critiquing Bozy Enos on what he was saying in the corner. He didn't start out in the beginning saying, knock him out, walk him down. He didn't start out saying that. He told him to use his jab. He told him to use angles. He told him to move. He told him to take his time, right? That's what he told him. Then it got to a certain point where he said, yo, man, get him out of there. Knock him out, because he know Boots had the skills to do that. That's his son. He's training him. They got a relationship. They got their vibe together. They know what they could do and what they can't do. So what he was telling them wasn't wrong in the middle to the end of the fight. Again, he wasn't saying that in the beginning. They had a strategy. The strategy wasn't just to knock him out. Boots said he was going to go in there and have fun, and that's what he wanted to do. But also, Karen came with a little different strategy this time, which was what? He was holding. See, he wasn't holding the first fight because he was moving. He didn't have to hold, right? And Boots didn't cut the ring off. So now this time, Boots is really in front of him. And so now what could he do? Now he's holding, he's grabbing, and he's punching off the break. And that's a little dangerous too when, you're not defending and you got somebody punching you off the break. So that was going on as well. So he brought that strategy to this fight. So again, I'm not going to just sit back and let somebody just say, oh, Bozy, he don't know how to give him better direction. Even Tarver said something like that I didn't agree with. He shouldn't have said that, because Bozy is a great trainer. So he knows how to train his son. So I don't think we should be trying to question it. I don't care who you are. Okay, they got their relationship and they know what they do and what they got to do. So my take is, again, Boots is a great fighter. And when he gets in there with better competition, it's going to bring out the best in him. We haven't seen the best in him yet. And so, again, if y'all think if Crawford, I'm seeing posts from different people. If he's not ready for Crawford, if Crawford could just wipe him clean, then send the contract. Errol Spence, whoever at 147. Because see now, where's everybody at? Yeah, some people going to take the bait and be like, oh, man, I see openings. I see I could do this. All right, so do that. Send the contract, Stanionis. Send the contract, Barrios. Send the contract, Brian Norman Jr. Y'all trying to, take shots now. Brian Norman, come on, man. Send the contract. Who you fighting right now getting ready to fight? Come on, man, on an undercard. Get out of here. You're not even a main event. What are you saying? So If Boots is not that guy no more, and he got exposed, as a lot of y'all trying to put on YouTube, send the contract to this man, and I bet you're going to see something. All right? So that's it. That's all I got to say, man. Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner box of 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Let me know how you feel. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.